Hey guys, it's Clara. Welcome back to my channel. This is a garden update. Look at this explosion of peppers. Yowza. So we've had a bit of rain lately and it's still been hot and muggy and yuck. And I've kind of been so busy, so I've kind of let the garden go. And this is what happened. Things look pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with these peppers. Turns out that if you let the purple peppers go and you don't pick them while they're purple, they will turn red, apparently. I don't know. So some of the pepper plants still have flowers, so I've added the organic tone. It's kind of like a tomato tone. I've added some crushed eggshells and some Epsom salt. And the tomatoes are gone, guys. They are long gone. I probably could have kept them around, but the amount of water they were taking just wasn't worth the amount of tomatoes that were on there. However, when I ended up plucking all the tomatoes off, it ended up being like 50 sub-ripe tomatoes, maybe a little bit more. So they are on my counter in the kitchen, and I'm just letting them ripen. This one is probably my most successful pepper plant. I've plucked quite a few from this one, and it is still producing. So yeah, see the flower there? So I am going to fertilize, and unfortunately we are going on vacation. Happy to go on vacation, but unfortunate for the garden because I've been ignoring it so much. So I'm going to try this trick. I've never tried it before, where you put a water bottle upside down, cut the end off. I put a little barbecue stick in there to help keep it upright, and so I'll be putting water in there to see if it could slowly get down into the ground. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be as nice as drip irrigation. See, I'm doing the same here, but I think it certainly will be better than nothing. So we will see. Hopefully it doesn't mean that it'll be too wet though, because it actually has been doing pretty well without me watering for the past like 6 days. I don't know, maybe I overwater. That could be an issue. But yeah, so these are the old tomato plants. I need to get these stems and roots out, but that's going to be a bit of work, and I'm going to replenish the soil and such, and then those will be going into the garage once we're all done. Oh, and look at these little flowers coming up. You see those white things on this vine right next to the bitter melon plants? So I've also been neglecting the bitter melon, and a few things happened. It turns out that the mildew got better because they weren't being so overwatered, so that's good. But the plant that wasn't being too affected by the mildew, which is this one at the end, was getting dried out. So you could see all the yellow leaves. I think that's because I haven't been watering. So because the leaves have been doing better, they have started to put out yellow flowers again. I don't know if you could tell. See the little flecks of yellow? Those are from the bitter melon plant. So I wonder if I'm going to get another crop. I got around, geez, I would really have to sit down and count, but I think it's something like 60 bitter melons of those 5 planters, probably more, but I really wasn't keeping track. And then these are my little baby bell peppers that I will be moving indoors when it's cold. And look, this is what happens to lettuce when you don't water. But I've done this before. It should replenish again once the water is put back into the soil. However, if you keep doing that over and over again like I have, it's going to start to bolt like this. See these long stems? So that's going to output flowers, and then yeah, you don't want that because the lettuce starts to change flavor and it outputs less leaves because it's putting all its energy towards the flower production. But this lettuce is doing fine. So I'm never going to do that again. Put a marigold in the middle there. I'll probably just take the marigold out because I bet it's sucking all the water. But look at this lettuce. Yeah. So this looks nice. I did thin out these plants, but I might have to do it again because they look like they're pretty close together. Those are the radishes. I'm still debating whether or not to do another crop of radishes. I just don't eat them fast enough, and my husband doesn't really eat them, so, you know. And I just picked a bunch of peppers off of this plant, but yeah, it's still producing. So I'm just gonna keep it going. It's got some flowers coming up there. So I'm just gonna keep it going. And these bitter melons, I'm gonna leave these around, I think, to harvest the leaves. And then I'll keep an eye on these big ones, because part of me wants to take them down because I don't want to harvest mildew. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. You know, you have to be flexible in gardening to some extent. At least in small scale gardening, you're supposed to be a little flexible, I think. Can't be too hard on yourself, because that would be too much. And I am a fool because that mullein plant, did I pull it out? No. Did I spray it? No. I am a fool. And now I think we're getting more. Duh. So let me show you here. Here was the mullein that I originally talked about. Then there's this one coming. So 1, 2. There might be more that I'm missing. Maybe this one. Yeah, I think that'll be one too. Those leaves look kind of fuzzy, y'all. Oh, and way down here. Oh gosh. I see 2 of them actually. Yeah, I'm wondering if these are from the seeds of that other mullein. So, this is Clara's gardening video of what not to do. Yeah. So don't follow my example. Actually do your weeding when you mean to do your weeding. This plant though, I wanted to ask about this. So this is a clematis, I don't know. And it's been sorely neglected, no watering or anything, but this really pushes through and survives every year. I'm debating just cutting this whole thing down and really starting fresh, because in the spring it just looked a mess. It didn't even look pretty, even with the flowers, because it was such a gigantic mess. So the rosemary, the lavender, and then in the herb garden, I'm letting the basil go to seed. That's thyme, parsley, got a marigold there, that's a volunteer marigold. And we have oregano, chives, and sage. And I'm letting these strawberries continue to grow. I really have to get these into a barrel soon, because it's going to be cold before we know it. So we'll see what happens to those. Anyways, that is it for this garden update. Really short, really small. Don't have a whole ton going on in the fall. I just plan to continue with the lettuce, maybe more radishes, I'm not exactly sure. I'll keep these little, I have 3 here and then 2 over here of the smaller bell pepper plants, and then these guys, I don't know, I'm tempted to keep one, maybe the one at the end, you know, just to have some greenery in the house, but we'll see. So anyways, I hope everybody is having fun with their gardens, and if you didn't do any gardening this year, it's not too late. You could still do lettuce or Swiss chard or kale. They like the cool weather, if you're worried about that. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.